Here we go again. Good evening, everybody. It is Charlie here, and welcome back to another live stream on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. And it is time for the last say. Yes, we've rebranded. I just thought I'd change the name up a little bit. I think I like the sound of the last say a little bit better. So it's the same, obviously, format as the final say. We're just going to go in more detail, not only about another embarrassment for Leeds United on the pitch, but a lot of things. The last 24 hours has been a little bit mental, to say the least. So we'll be going into a few other talking points from the last 24 hours as well. Hopefully we'll be going for around an hour. Obviously, I know that the Leicester-Everton game kicks off at 8 o'clock, so we'll try and be done in time for that kickoff. It may run over slightly depending on how much we get through, but hopefully this can be a good space and a good therapy session for a lot of us to get certain feelings off our chests and maybe try to feel a little bit better. Who knows? But just before we get into it, please smash that like button. As always, it helps get the stream out there. Please subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. We've had a lot of new subscribers over the last 24 hours after my match review yesterday. It's had over 3,000 views, which is really good engagement. So I appreciate everyone that's checked that out. And yeah, hit that notification bell and get all of your thoughts and opinions in the live chat, and I will flash them up on screen. Just getting to a few of them now. Julie's saying, evening, Charlie. Has he been sacked yet? Along with Orta, how true is it about Bowyer? No, he hasn't been sacked yet, Julie. Orta hasn't either. I don't think Orta will before end of season, in all honesty. And God knows how true that Lee Bowyer rumour is. Again, we'll be coming on to it in a little bit more detail, guys, in a little bit. But yeah, as the title suggests, the club is absolutely rotten at the minute, and it stinks. Manji, evening, Charlie. He won't be sacked today. It's his birthday. Yeah, isn't it? God, what a birthday! What a birthday! Whole Leeds United fan base just hates you. Jordan Finley saying, evening, Jordan, how we doing? JC, as always, is in the building. How we doing, my friend? Skip saying, when we go down, I worry many of the players who was in the Championship with us will still be here. Like Bamford, Ayling, Cooper, Dallas, Forshaw, Strike, Dan James, God, not good. Yeah, it's extremely worrying times. Really, really is now, guys. And for those of you that did watch my match review yesterday, I sounded so dejected on it. I did watch a little bit of it back earlier on today, and I was thinking, God, everyone must think that I'm just so depressed, which, I try to be as real as I can on this channel. And yesterday and today, I have been very, very down about this situation because it's just not good, is it? How has this happened? Ridiculous in all departments. Yeah, I completely agree with that, Manji. How has it got this bad? Since half-time against Crystal Palace, the capitulation has just happened like that. It is unbelievable how much it has turned. It's actually mental. But anyway, JC's in with a donation. Really do appreciate that, Jay. Big up to you. What a legend. Always helping out the channel, and it is really much appreciated. Anything that anybody can donate is very much appreciated, and it does go straight back into the channel. So I really do appreciate that, Jay. How are people getting to Watford next season? Oh, God. I don't even want to think about that, mate. Really don't. At least people might actually have a better chance of actually getting a ticket next season. Evening, Hill Football, how we doing, mate? Really worried Man City could beat us by 10. Scary times. Yep, very much so. Those players aren't the problem. Strongly disagree with that, mate. Strongly disagree. Making us ill, yeah. Ernie's in the building. Evening, Charlie. It's shameful, mate, and just gutted for our fans. I've no words yet. Exactly. Michael's in the building. Evening, mate. How we doing? And Caroline's saying, "Don't worry, Charlie. We all feel the same." Yeah, I know we do, but there's always people out there into that think we're all just being negative for the sake of it. Do you really think I want to be coming on here and speaking like this? I want to be coming on here, being buzzing about my club, playing good football, getting good results. I'm not delusional. I know Leeds United are not going to win every single game in a season. Look at how well Brighton have done, but they got beat by Forest. But what Brighton did, which we are unable to do and incapable of doing, is coming back after a setback. They came back and hammered Wolves 6-0 the other day after losing to Forest. That's just the level that we're at the minute. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near Premier League level. We need to get rid of Aronson, McKenna, Sinistera, Rutter and Christensen. I agree with all of them apart from Sinny. But obviously Sinny will go if we go down. That's just obvious. They ain't the only problem. Yeah, exactly, Skip. The players are not the only problem, but they're a big problem. Plymouth away next season. Jesus Christ. I was actually thinking when Ipswich and Plymouth were both promoted on Saturday, I was actually sat there thinking we'll be playing them next season. But I had that glimmer of hope that Leeds would go to Bournemouth yesterday and do a job. But how naive was I? I just want to point out, guys, there's 19 of you in the building at the minute. If you haven't already, please smash a like on the stream. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. Hit that notification bell. And, of course, get all of your comments in and I will flash them up on screen when I can. So tight. A couple of wins, frustrating, yeah. I've never hated a Leeds squad, board or coaching team, but I genuinely despise everyone at this club currently. No fight, no bottle, no passion, and worst part, no pride. Disgusting. Yep, you've summed it up there perfectly, Jay. I would get rid of a lot of them. Yep, so would I. Agree with you 1000%, Jay. Yeah, I think everybody does, mate. I think everybody does. So, as always, guys, I have noted down a few things. To be honest, though, I think tonight is basically just going to be more of a chat, really, but I just want to get a few things off my chest about how I'm feeling at the minute now. As I say, guys, the last sort of 24 hours since the game ended yesterday has been remarkable in a bad way. I'm 25 years old. I've seen Leeds in League One for a lot of my time as a Leeds fan. I've seen us in the Championship. And then Marcelo Bielsa came to the club and gave everyone hope. The city was together. The fans were together. The team, board level, everything seemed sweet. And yeah, we always knew that when we got promoted that it would be more difficult. Of course, it's the Premier League. It's the best league in the world. But at the minute, since maybe the Palace defeat onwards, I've never known it be as toxic amongst the fan base. And I've never known the fans to have such ill feeling towards the board, the manager, the players, as what it is at the minute. I'm literally scrolling through Twitter all last night, all today. I don't think I've seen one positive thing be said about our club from our fans, opposition fans, pundits. Even Piers Morgan was sharing that video of them all in the hotel, which again, I'll be coming on to in a little bit in more detail. But I've never known it be so bad. Now, I know there might be people in the chat of a certain age that have seen it a lot worse than what it is now, maybe. I don't know. But as Jay's just said there, and I believe Jay is older than myself, he hasn't hated a Leeds team like he does now. I'm sure a lot of you feel the exact same. For me, it's not really a feeling of hate. It's a feeling of just numbness. It's just no feeling whatsoever. Um, I have no I have no energy for it. Usually, for those of you that don't know, when I watch a game, whether I'm at Ellen Road or at home, at Ellen Road, if the opposition team have hold of the ball, I stand like this because I just get right nervous. I sometimes, I'm like this. Um, Yesterday, I was a bit like that. Um, I was a little bit like that. But then at 2-0, I just sat back on my sofa and just sat like I was just chilling, not bothered whatsoever. Even when Bamford scored, yeah, there was a bit of come on. But then I just sat back down. I wasn't elated. I wasn't optimistic at all. And I feel like that's just what everyone feels like at the minute. The club is an absolute disgrace at the moment, from top to bottom. Boardroom, management and coaching staff, ownership, players, and the fans have just had enough. Every content creator I've watched, All Leeds TV, I can see Mike's in chat. Hey up, mate, how you doing? All Leeds TV, Just Joe, Connor at One Leeds, Ollie Ward, Leeds Lately, Leeds Bird Rants, Kate, myself. We're all just doom and gloom. And like I said earlier, I wish I could come on here and tell you everything is going to be okay. Tell you it'll all be all right. But we are going down, guys. And I know it's not, it's technically not over, and mathematically Leeds can still stay up. The only way that Leeds United stay in the Premier League this season is if there are three worse teams than us. And that's just not the case. Leicester are playing Everton soon. I expect Leicester to win that game. Then we'll be 17th. Even if Forest just pick up a point, Everton get one win, then we're in that bottom three. Once we hit that bottom three, we do not get out of it. Our next two games are against Man City at the Etihad, which will be 10-0. I think they'll break the Premier League record. I'm saying between 7 and 10. I really do believe that as well. That's not me just exaggerating. I'm just being real. Newcastle are a very, very good team. That could be 3 or 4, maybe 4 maximum, I reckon. And I'm so glad I'm on holiday for that game so I can drown my sorrows, because that could be relegation confirmed if other games maybe don't go for us. You just never know. West Ham away. The only hope I cling on to with that is that obviously they've got the Conference League semi-finals, haven't they? They've got a lot of football to play in quite a congested time frame. But even that, I see as maybe getting a point max. And then Spurs at home, who, yes, Spurs aren't great at the minute, but I fully expect Spurs to beat us. They've got quality. Kulusevski, Richarlison, Kane, Heung-min Son up front. At the very most, I see us getting a point against West Ham, and that's it between now and the end of the season. And that's being optimistic. Realistically, I don't see us getting any more points now. But teams below us will get points, even if it's draws here and there. They will. We are done. And the sooner you realise that, the easier it'll be to accept when it does happen, guys. An absolute disgrace of a football club. We are a Premier League club that operate like we're in League Two. And that is my mini rant over for now. Let's just get into a few more comments. Hill Football saying thoughts on Alan Pardew. Oh God, no, just no. I'm not even acknowledging that, mate. Sorry, can't even discuss that. Just slightly older than me. Yeah, I thought so, Jay. I think the opposition must have Mosses in their team, and they split our defence like the Red Sea. Yeah, it's just so easy to play against us, isn't it? And I will come on to the game in a little bit of detail, because I feel like tonight is not really about the game. It's just about everything else that's happening. I will discuss the game in a little bit of detail soon. Mike from All Leeds TV's here. The numbness is worse than when we went down to League One. Yeah, mate. The just feeling of just not being asked anymore. It's just, and I don't want to feel like this. I want to feel like I'm bothered, but I'm just not at the minute. I have zero connection towards this team. Yeah, exactly. In the next two games, if we concede between 12 to 14 goals, I will count that as a win. Now that is a sad feeling. Yeah, it really is. Otto's been a disaster since he came in. Yep, 100%. We'll be coming on to them in a little bit. Michael saying, I think too many people got carried away about Leeds and signings. Last season showed me that Leeds are a bottom six Premier League team to survive. And to get better in Premier League, you need a strong... Yep, 100%. I completely agree with that. Alisson's in the building as well. I was there through Champions League, League One, Championship, sick of the lot of them. Exactly. There's people in this chat, there's people, loads of Leeds fans around the world who have seen everything. And I've seen people say that it's the worst feeling they've had towards a team in their time supporting Leeds, and that just tells you something. Mike saying, I'm normally optimistic about Leeds, but right now I can't be. Yeah, no, nobody can. And Alison agrees with Michael as well, 100%. Manjeet's saying it's going to be the dentist recruitment. Yeah, God. Matt Leeds is saying, for me, it comes down to if we can show some fight and beat West Ham. But we haven't got... Matt, we've got no fight, mate. We have got zero fight in us. It is as simple as that. Sorry for the blurriness there. There's no fight in this team, mate. There isn't. There isn't. We started... In fact, I'll come on to the game now, actually. Yeah, I will now. Right. Just very briefly, guys, because I don't really want to talk about the game itself anymore than what I have to, because it really annoyed me, obviously. Leeds started off quite well yesterday. Obviously, it was a 3-4-3 formation, which was new, and I was actually quite intrigued to see how it would do. I felt like the first sort of 15 to 20 minutes, Leeds were in the game. Leeds were competing very well, which is the only thing that I agreed with in Javi's post-match presser. But then the same things just happen again. Leeds concede, heads go down, players start hiding. Can't control a ball, can't pass a ball, defending all over the place. Well, it isn't even defending, just all over the place. I mean, there's just no hope. Bamford scores a decent goal from Nonto's cross. Fine. But other than that, it was just crap once again. Awful game to watch. Mellier's at fault for two of the goals again. That second one, what is he doing? Punch it out or catch it. But palms it straight into Jefferson Lerma, who makes it 2-0. The fourth goal as well. I mean, come on, he hits it right at him. Right at him. And it just goes through him like he's not there. He's like a polo. Just got a hole in him, it just goes straight through. The guy is awful. The team is awful. And if Bournemouth can put 4 past us, can you imagine what City and Newcastle are going to do in the next 2? Jesus. I'm just reading through a few of your comments. Guys, there's lots of comments coming in, so if I don't flash them on screen, I really do apologise. I'm just trying to keep up to them. Skip saying in the next 2 games, I can realistically see us conceding 10 to 15 goals. Yeah, and I think that'll be a positive, because I think it could even be more. Jay's saying, started supporting Leeds back in 92, never felt this way towards the club. Wow, mental. I wasn't even born then. Jesus. Forest will be targeting victory at home to Southampton, and Everton will be targeting a win. Exactly. Teams are playing each other, so they're going to pick up points. Forest will probably beat Southampton. They will, or they'll at least get a point. which will put us in the relegation zone, guys. Come on, let's just be real. And I know that everyone's agreeing in here. I ain't saying that there's anyone here delusional enough to think Leeds are going to stay up. I say that though. My uncle that I go to games with is still feeling fairly optimistic. Maybe because he's supported us through the 60s, the 70s, and everything. But I said to him yesterday, I said, I don't know how you can watch that and be optimistic. But he said, which I get. He said, I'm optimistic because if I'm not, then there's no point following him. And I again, I kind of understand that, but at the same time, you can still follow us and not be optimistic. But again, me and my uncle disagree all the time. But it's kind of the reason why I like talking to him about Leeds, because he puts other points to me, and it's exactly why I love doing these streams as well, because you see other points get raised and stuff. So yeah, it's good. I put a bet on today, Leeds to lose their remaining fixtures. Easiest 180 quid I've ever made. Yeah. Jason's in the building. Evening, mate. How we doing? Well, I know how you're doing, but yeah. No to Boyer or Pardew. Jesus Christ. If we stay up, it'll be the great escape from the Premier League. And Hill Football is 18 years old. Wow, mate. Wow. Surely our scouts need to have a look at themselves, mate. It's not the scouts, it's the recruitment. Head of recruitment, Victor Orta. Can't see us getting another point, but Leeds are a team that... Yeah, it's like Dan Moylan on Square Ball says, there's always one in us. I just don't think there's one in us at the minute. Sorry, guys, I'm just reading through a few of your comments. Yeah. We'll be coming on to that, Jay, in a little bit, because I have my own theory on this. Richard Mel saying, why the hell we sat 2 right backs, no left back, and Rodrigo had to start with Bamford? Yeah, because that worked for the majority of the Leicester game, so why would you not stick with that? God knows why. What would be my team for City? God. I really don't know at this point, Jordan. 10 defenders? 10 Max Verbers? I think he's going to park the bus like we've never seen before against Man City. It's just going to be Melier on goal line and all 10 of our players just on edge at box. When in theory, there's part of me that thinks, we're going to lose anyway. We might as well go for it a bit. But then you want to watch the goal difference, don't you? So, because I feel like if we go for City, they will pick us apart massively. They will make us look silly. Michael's saying Leeds will bounce back. I remember 2004 relegation from Premier League, a club in massive debts having to sell players. Yeah, but look how long it took us to get back up, mate. And people who think that Leeds are going to do a Burnley and come straight back up need to get your head out of your ass, because that's not happening. If we go down, yes, we'll get parachute payments, but the amount of players that are going to come in, the calibre of player that we could attract to the club will go down. The calibre of manager will go down. Obviously, we're on the hunt for a manager at the minute, aren't we? But whoever comes in is surely going to be here if we go down as well. You can't just bring someone in for 4 games. But saying that, I won't put anything past this club. Let Eddie Gray take us down again in style. Jesus, no. Please don't say that. If we go to Championship, what manager should we get? Who knows? Has anyone got Dave Ockaday's number? Darko Milanic, Uwe Rosler, Steve Evans? Let's just go back in time, eh? Let Cholino buy it back off Rads on cheap. 8 defenders and 3 goalkeepers. Yep, exactly. I presume he means for City there. And Newcastle, to be fair. I don't think it matters who plays against City and Newcastle. It's going to be a massacre. Yeah, we're going to get absolutely drubbed. Melia's now played 106 games in the Premier League. Fans saying he's young and inexperienced. No, he's just a liability. You've hit the nail on the head there, Skip, about Melia. I used to defend him. I hold my hands up. I shouldn't have done. He's shocking. Man United, Chelsea, Tottenham, all looking at this guy. Don't think there will be now. I think if we go down, even if he leaves, it'll be abroad. No Premier League club will want him. I'll be stunned if he goes to a Premier League team. The young players have no one to look up to at the minute. They do. They're just, those players are crap as well, Caroline. So is a young player going to look up to an Adam Forshaw, a Cooper, an Ayling at the minute? Probably not, because they're all crap. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Can we play both Rob Wes and yeah, God. Has the manager been sacked? No, not that I know of. I'll have a little quick check of Twitter whilst we're on the live. I don't think so, though. No. No, there's been nothing, no. No, so he hasn't been sacked, Paul. No, not yet. I think you'll be hearing something within the next 24, 48 hours, though. I think he is going to get the boot. Lee Bowyer. No, come on. The guy's managed Birmingham and Charlton. Nothing clubs. Don't want him coming back. Yes, he was a great player for us back in the day, but nah. Don't want Lee Bowyer. That'd be a joke of an appointment. Leeds must take inspiration from Sheffield United, relegated from Premier League 2 seasons ago, had a transfer embargo this season. Yeah, but they're going to go straight back down, aren't they? Sheffield United, come on. Come on. Jason's in the building with a donation. Big up to you, my friend. What a legend once again. Again, guys, appreciate anything that anybody can afford to donate in the tough cost of living crisis that we're in at the minute. Really do appreciate that, Jason. What everyone thinks, this is not as bad as Risdale. No, maybe not, but it's still not great, is it, Jason? But really do appreciate your $4.99 donation there, mate. 100%. Hockey Day was better than this guy. Every team in Championship will be our cup final. Yeah, they'll all love it that Leeds are coming down. Every team loves playing against us. I got my season ticket 2004. Yeah. Would Nuno come? Potentially. And I wouldn't mind that to a degree, but it's still not a great appointment, is it? Did not get being 3-1 down and bringing on Forshaw. Yeah. I know, Matt. I know. Just want to see if there's any other points to raise. Yeah, so just on about, obviously, are we going down? In case people need to be told again, yes, we are, in my opinion. If you're in the chat and you think we're going to stay up, I admire your optimism, and I'd like to know why you think that. I'd like to know what anybody who believes that is seeing at the minute from board level, manager, players, that indicates that we are going to be in the Premier League again next season. Like I've heard a lot of content creators say today on their respective channels, if last season had just been a one-off, we struggled, but then we learnt from our mistakes and we consolidated in mid-table this season. At least you could see the progression. You could see that it's going somewhere. This season I thought last season was bad. This season is awful. This is just a shambles. Why? We are the worst run club in the Premier League, in my opinion, because we ran in the background. It's League One, League Two. Just absolutely shocking. Jay said, if we are sacking Javi, the next manager has to be the one we give the keys to the kingdom. Let him rebuild the squad, bringing in players he wants for his tactics and give us an identity again. That's kind of what we did with Jesse, though, isn't it, Jay? That is kind of what the plan was for Jesse Marsh, and look how that happened. Look how that went, sorry. I get what you mean, and I agree, but we need to be careful and make sure that it's the right man before we start spending millions to back him, like we did with Jesse. And then sack him literally 2 days after the transfer window closed in January. I mean, We just run like an absolute. We're just a clown club. We're just horrible. How can Leeds put season ticket? Exactly. And have you noticed as well, Joe, that since the 10% increase has been announced, what have we seen on the pitch? Apart from Forest at home, what have we seen on the pitch? Nothing. Jack Harrison signed a new contract, didn't he, after that Forest game? Where's he gone since? As good as KP and Rafinha were at Leeds, KP will be supposed to requirements at City. Pep doesn't really rate him, and Rafinha blows hot and cold at Barcelona. The grass is not greener. Cock, Elan be warned. Rafinha's had a good season at Barca, Michael. From what I've seen and heard, he has. KP, obviously, that just hasn't worked out for him, has it? But yeah, I think Rafinha's had a good season. Only way we stay up is voodoo or some other black magic. Yeah, probably. I could see fight from Cooper. Rodrigo. Yeah, possibly, mate. But again, I think as a collective, they just look like a beaten group. When we go down, we need a manager coach. Yeah, I was thinking Corbran earlier because it hasn't exactly gone to plan for him at West Brom since he was linked with us. I think if we go down to the Championship, we, as Jay said, give him the keys to the kingdom. Maybe it's something that could tempt him this time. And Leeds would have to pay for him, obviously, but I would be on board with that. I would. A disciple of Bielsa as well. Jay saying agreed, mate. Overly Orta will be sacked at the same time. Yeah, there's rumours that Orta's going to get sacked as well. I think Orta leaves at the end of the season, but I do think a new manager will be in place for Man City. I do. I can't see Javi Gracia. And another thing as well, and I know it might sound irrelevant, but it is actually relevant. If Javi Gracia was staying as Leeds United manager, regardless of form, regardless of how fans feel about him, if he was staying, they would have put a post out saying happy birthday to him today, and they haven't. Because they know that if they put it out, one, it'd get absolutely abused online, but two, they must be getting rid of him. Or there must be plans in place to get rid of him now. The biggest game in our history. You're talking about yesterday. Yeah, it probably was, but they've blown it because they're a bunch of bottle jobs. Simple. Jason saying, not having it yet. Point against Newcastle, 3 points at West Ham, and a point against Spurs. Job done. Oh, Jason. Can you... Again, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Can you tell me then, Jason, what are you seeing from this group at the minute that indicates to you that we're going to get a point against Newcastle, that we're going to beat West Ham at their ground, and get a point against Tottenham? Me being optimistic, I see us getting 1 point out of the next 4, and that is a point against West Ham. Please tell me what you're seeing from this team that indicates we can get, how many points is that? 5 points out of the next 4. Please tell me, because I just can't see it. Jordan saying Aronson, Robles, Christensen, Rocker, McKennie not good enough. Cine always injured. Rutter not ready. Only Adams, Verber, and Nonto any good. Orta needs to go. Yep, completely agree. Completely and utterly agree with that, Jordan. Right then, let's talk about all the events that have happened since the game. I'll just have a drink first. So then, the away end. Obviously, I didn't go yesterday, but I went last week against Fulham. And that away end was a bit toxic. It wasn't, there was a few chances for Orta out and stuff like that. At Ellen Road against Leicester, we were chanting make a sub and stuff like that. It was a bit toxic after Vardy equalised. And like I said, I wasn't there yesterday. And if someone was there in the chat, I would love to know, like, from your perspective, what it was like. But what I could hear on the on the radio, but what I could see and hear wasn't good. There was chance of make a sub. There was chance of we want Arthur out. They were chanting Marcelo Bielsa's name. You're not fit to wear the shirt. They were getting booed at full time. Throwing stuff at them. I've seen a video on Twitter. And this is what I come back to, like I said earlier, guys. I've never known it be this bad. Never known it be this bad in my time supporting Leeds. And that video, I mean, we all know which video that I'm referring to. The one where they're walking out of the hotel. Now, obviously, there's two sides of this, isn't there? Obviously, the video itself is bad. The video itself is embarrassing, is a joke from the players that ignored that little boy and all other fans as well. I know everyone's making a big deal about this little boy, and rightly so. But that little lad, all the other fans that were in that hotel just watching the players leave to head to the ground for the game, and they've all just got their headphones in on the phones, not even looking at the fans. Cooper is club captain. He hasn't got any headphones in. He's not looking at his phone. He's just got a coffee in his hand, and he just walks right past them. Every one of them, including the little lad. Shameful. Shameful behaviour. It's being picked up by Sport Bible, all the football accounts on Twitter, Piers Morgan, Gary Neville, to name a few. Sky Sports have even picked it up as well. We're just a laughing stock at the minute, and we're rightly getting ridiculed for it because it is bad. The fans make this club, just like fans make any club in this country and all over the world. Fans make a club. And when you lose the away end, like as bad as what it was yesterday, I thought Fulham was a little bit bad, but yesterday sounded much worse than when I was at Fulham. Like I say, that video is pretty damning. But then it's obviously come out and there's photographic proof to back it up on Twitter that a few of them did stop and acknowledge that little boy, acknowledged fans. You know, Forshaw did, Jack Harrison, I think Brendan Aronson did as well, Luke Ayling. So what's that, 3 or 4 of them? Which, big up and fair play to those players that did. But all the others, I mean, this is why people are saying that they just despise this club at the minute. Because of things like that. People who have paid their hard-earned money to travel all the way down to the other end of the country. But not just to Bournemouth yesterday. I've been to one away game this season. That's just because of the ticket system online and stuff. But, you know, there's people who follow Leeds United up and down this country. Sorry, Jay Harvey Grazia himself did stop for the little lad as well. Yeah, he did. So fair play to him for that, I guess. But, you know, there's fans who travel up and down this country. And that's how they get treated. And that's how they perform. Losing games happens in football. But there just looks like there is no fight amongst that squad at all. And it's a shambles. An absolute shambles. There is a few more incidents as well that we're going to get into, but I'm just going to read a few of your comments that have come in. Last day of the season, Leeds will either do a Leeds or Spurs will be Spursy, so who will be less? Yeah, exactly, Leeds and Spurs. That'll be an interesting game. Look at Newcastle with how they built from the back. First signing Trippier, Burn, Botman, Pope. Exactly. They've not bought players who you class as like Hollywood signings, but they've bought experience. They've brought quality in. Newcastle haven't got the best team in this league, but they've been coached properly. The recruitment's been good. Yes, the money's come from the Saudis and everything, and everyone doesn't like it, but they have spent well. They've not gone mental with it, and they've bought players that they need, and that's why they're in the position that they are. And I'm so envious of that. So envious. I wish it was us. I really do. Skip says, I think we are down, but if by magic we stay up, then the fans need to remember this season and how bad these players were. Yep, exactly. We can't just forgive it if Leeds do stay up. As a supporter, I will not crucify the team and the players. They are not top quality, but the team need the support behind them as the 12th man. But yeah, but there's only so much support we can show them, though, Michael. And that's the point I'm saying about fans travelling up and down the country. You know, I get it. I get where it is you're coming from. And I and you and everyone in the chat, we will stick with Leeds United through the ups and the downs, as the song goes. But at the end of the day, we have a right to crucify them. And they deserve crucifying. They've been shocking all season, Michael. They've been shocking all season, mate. So I'm sorry, I do disagree with that point. They deserve it at the minute, they do, because they're a joke. Each and every one of them are a joke with how they've performed this season. Just give them a thumbs up or a cheeky wink. They don't even have to... Exactly. They may have been in a rush. I get that. At least high-five him or shake his hand or just go, hiya, mate, you're all right. I don't know, anything. At least give him a nod, any acknowledgement. But that poor little lad, and I hope the club do something for him as well. Don't punish him by giving him a ticket. Give him a shirt or something, a signed shirt, I don't know. Who has the harder fixtures, Leicester or Everton? Everton have the harder fixtures by a mile. Leicester have got quite a decent run in, to be fair. It's the way yeah, exactly. Leeds don't lose games 1-0, 2-1, 3-2. We lose games 4-1, 5-1, 6-1. Even the Fulham game, yeah, it were only 2-1, but God. Like Jay saying, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to Charlie. Thank you very much, Jay. Yeah, there's 36 of you in the building at the minute. Really do appreciate the engagement on tonight's stream, guys. Please smash that like button if you haven't already. Please subscribe to the channel if you're brand new as well, and get all of your thoughts and opinions in the live chat and the comment section if you're watching this after the live stream ends. Who should we sign if we go down? God, that I can't even think about that right now. I haven't even had time to compute it properly. That can be a topic for another video, maybe. I think there's a rumour that the club have been doing another series of Take Me Home for the... Oh, God. Yeah. Take Me Home meaning the Championship, do you mean? God. I mean, yeah. It just seems like something definitely happened at half-time against Palace. Something definitely happened. Because since then, it has been a shambles. I'm from Birmingham, mate, travelling to Man City game up and down on trains. God, you're going to the City game. Oh. Strap yourself in, Manji. That's going to be a very, very long afternoon for you. They are giving him a signed shirt, are they? Ah, fair play then. Fair play. Shelley's saying, call me naive, but why has Orta had to decide on signings and not the manager? Surely the manager knows who they need. Bielsa kept... Yeah, and all that stuff about Bielsa turning down players is now just a load of rubbish. I reckon Orta was presenting him with players and Bielsa was saying no because he knew that they were garbage. But Marsh was a yes man and Grazia is a yes man. And that's why they've been appointed. He only wants yes men who will agree with him. because his ego is so big. Charlie, I don't disagree with you. Supporters pay the hard-earned money and they have the right to voice their disconnect at the team, but I, for one, wouldn't. Right, okay, fair enough, mate. And again, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you. It's just, I just have a different opinion on it. I think the players deserve all the criticism that they are getting at the minute because they are a joke and they are not good enough to play in the Premier League, and we will deservedly go down. Simple as that. Not another take me home. There is a documentary on Amazon of this season. Please don't say that. Is this actually true? Because this is the first I've heard of it. Charlie, are you in Take Me Home? I hope not. I hope not. No. God, I hope not. Shelley's saying the aliens took our players at half time against Palace and replaced them with replicas from a planet who know nothing about football. Yeah, that could be it as well. That could be it as well. Now let's get into a few other things then, because there's another big thing that's circulated the Leeds United sphere, hasn't there? Radrizzani during a game, which we've now learnt because Connor from the One Leeds fan channel did a stream earlier. Good to see that he's now well. Obviously, he has been ill for a few days as well, so it was good to see him. Well, I say feeling better, physically feeling better, maybe, let's just say. So big up to Connor. He did shout me out as well for sharing that DM of between him and Rads, and yeah, look, Connor was well within his right to send that message. I'm sure Radrizzani gets a lot of messages that are similar and maybe a lot meaner and harsher sent to him in his DMs. But like Connor said on his stream earlier, when you've got the owner of your football club responding to fan content creators on the 27th, 28th minute of the game yesterday when Leeds were 2-0 down, and I don't remember it word for word, but it was basically saying that he's broken and that he's responsible. It's his fault for this shit, and that the fans don't deserve it. Right? Okay, but if it'd have still been bad, but even if Rads was tweeting that out from his own account on a proper tweet, he could be like, right, well, okay, but the fact that he messaged Connor knowing that Connor was going to share that. 100%. He knows what he's doing. And he wants it to come across like everyone should feel sorry for him and all this rubbish. Well, no, don't feel sorry for you. You are an absolute joke. You have ran this football club. You have ran this football club so badly and you've allowed it to get so bad. All the hard work that Marcelo Bielsa did to get us back to the Premier League has just been thrown down the toilet and flushed away because we are an embarrassment now. And Radrizzani employs Victor Orta, everybody. Rads pays him a salary. He is still in a job. He should be on the dole. He should not be working for a Premier League football club as a recruiter. 35 million quid on Jorginho Ruta and he's not getting on the pitch. Dan James, 25 million. Brendan Aronson, 25 million. Dan James is now on loan at Fulham. Brendan Aronson has not done anything all season. Rutter can't get on the pitch. And we're still relying on players like Adam Forshaw, Liam Cooper, Dallas, Ayling in 2023. Rads, Orta and Kinnear should hang their heads in shame at how they've ran this football club. They are an absolute disgrace. And the main reason why I hope we can still pull this off, I don't think we will. I think we are done. But if we pull this off and the 49ers come in, get everyone, all them charlatans, all them chancers who have messed with our club out of this club, get them out. And there's talk that if we go down, that Rads is going to stay on. What? And guess who else is going to stay on if that happens? Victor Orta. Wouldn't surprise me. There is rumours that he will go in the summer as well. And boy, I hope he does. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if Victor Orta is still employed at this football club next season. We are an absolute disgrace of a club at the minute in how we've been ran. And we, me, you, every Leeds fan around the world or whatever, we do not deserve this. They don't care about us. Mark saying, have his sacked tomorrow, new manager Boya. Yeah. You've read it somewhere about the Amazon documentary. God, I hope not. Connor Top Bloke has done really well. Yeah, he is. Really love his channel as well. He's really good. He's passionate. He's real. And yeah, everyone. There's a lot of people that say he's really negative. I just see him as being a realist, and it would be great to do content with him at some point. I really do. I really do admire his channel. It is really good. It's PR. Yeah, it is. I watched the Connor stream earlier. I noticed you on Connor's stream, and he thanked you and the other Leeds content creators. Yeah, he did. He did, and I appreciated that shout out. But he didn't need to thank us because it's right, and he's right in everything he said on his stream earlier as well. The man on about Rads here. The man is a joke. The owner of the what owner of any other Premier League team would be managing fans, content creators during a game of that magnitude? Just so unprofessional, honestly. At least Lee Bowyer has history with. No, I ain't having that. I'm not having Lee Bowyer. Just not having it. How many points will we get end season? I genuinely can't see us getting a single point now. And if I'm being optimistic, a point at West Ham is the most I'm going for at the minute. Simple. I hope what Connor said is not true about Rad's planning to stay on his own if Leeds. Yeah, well, apparently he is, so get used to it. Well said, Charlie. Get rid. Shite. Yep. 100%. Man City, Newcastle, West Ham, Spurs, we need 4 points or Everton. That's what I mean. But these teams below us are not playing as bad as we are. They are going to pick up points. They are going to pick up points, guys. A new manager, the love of the club, the ups and downs I've seen in the last 40 years. Push, as your uncle says, if you can't hope, what's the... Yeah, and my uncle is right to a degree, but I still think we're allowed to be pessimistic based on what we've seen this season. Don't get me wrong. My uncle also said he doesn't have a lot of, he hasn't got a lot of optimism, but he's got a bit. And, I've got a bit. God, I nothing would make me happier than for Leeds to turn this around and stay in the division and rebuild in the Premier League. But it isn't going to happen, guys. And if it does, then fair play, and I'll be buzzing. I'll be over the moon. I will be so, so happy if we can stay in this league. But we're not gonna. We're not gonna. I'm sorry. Victor for it. There you go. If he worked at Asda, he'd be sacked. Simple. I think Rads will stay on if we... Yeah, probably. Probably. Same, no points yet. Oh, should have gone after that Leipzig JK debacle, considering how much it's cost. I forgot about that. Yeah, exactly. That's just a shambles in itself. Lee Boy doesn't have had... Exactly. Was it Charlton and Birmingham? Why do we want this guy? Alan Pardew as well in 2023. Is that how low the expectation is? Is that how low our standards have got? That we'd be happy to watch a Leeds team under Lee Bowyer or Alan Pardew, from Bielsa to that. Come on. Apparently the 49ers are not interested if Leeds go down, apparently. Certainly is worse than last season. Yeah, 100%. It would be very Leeds for this whole situation to light a fire under their asses and we end up winning our last 4 games. God, wouldn't it just? But it isn't going to happen. It isn't going to happen. Like, I'm reading some of your comments and inside I'm going, maybe, but no, I'm not getting my head round that idea because it isn't going to happen. Mike's saying it's money issues why we're going for him. Yeah, 100%, Mike. It probably is. 2 chances left against West Ham and Spurs potentially, but I don't even think we get out from them games. But yeah, Lee Bowyer and Alan Pardew, just very briefly, my feelings on that. I do not want either of them at our club. Simple. Javi Gracia looks set to be sacked within the next 24 to 48 hours, guys. I would keep your eyes peeled for that. You're damned if you sack him and you're damned if you don't, because do we keep him and let it continue to be this bad, or do we give ourselves at least a glimmer of hope by getting someone else in? I think it's too late now, obviously, but I think whoever they bring in has surely got to be a manager that they plan to go down to the Championship with, unless what's the point? And where the hell do we go from here? Who knows? I'm just so dejected from it all. I'm just so not bothered at the minute. I've never felt so distant from this club as what I do now. We're an absolute joke. The players are a joke. The ownership's a joke. The manager is a fraud. The manager is a clown who hasn't got a tactical idea that can work. And that is why we are getting relegated, guys, in my opinion. And I'm really sorry to be so negative. I wish I could be a happy clapper and just come on here and tell you it's going to be okay and be delusional, but I'm not. I'm really not. So yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up there, guys. I really do appreciate everybody that has got involved on tonight's stream. Really do appreciate all the love and support and the donations that have come in tonight as well. Really do appreciate it. If on your way out, if you could smash a like on the stream, that would be very much appreciated. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. Get all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section after the live stream ends. And of course, hit that notification bell. There's going to be content throughout the week, guys. So as I say, hit the notification bell, follow my socials, which are in the description, and you'll get notified of when I'm uploading and going live. And I will see you in a bit. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Cheers.